As always, I'm here to bring you 10 of the best mobile gaming experiences, these ones that have been recommended by the folks over at Google. We can go as far as calling these Editor's Choice games. So let's dive into my list of 10 that I want to take a look at and let you know if they're actually worth your time. Punishing Gray Raven. This is a fast-paced action RPG style game, which you guys already know that I am a massive fan of. The storyline goes as such. Mankind is almost extinct. Earth has been conquered by a robotic army. They're called the Corrupted, twisted and warped by biomechanical virus known as the Punishing. The last survivors have fled into orbit aboard the space station Babylonia. After years of preparation, the Gray Raven Special Forces unit lead the mission to reclaim their lost homeworld, and we are the leader. As you would anticipate, you're going to get some really amazing action RPG combat inside of this one, and something that stands out is the anime style artwork that this game definitely is putting forward. The combat inside of the game is fast and exciting, and it's definitely going to keep you entertained as you progress through the game. Otherworld Legends is up next, and in this one we're going to be playing a pixel roguelike action RPG. In this story, we're the warrior we've been waiting to always be. We're going to be able to explore beautiful outer worlds and other tranquil bamboo groves, zen patios, and underworld dungeon tombs, or even dreamy places along the way. With all this being said, it sounds gorgeous, but we are inside of a pixelated world, with many gamers really do enjoy. If you're into pixelated style combat and into something that has realms much like Zelda, from those of you from those olden days, you may really enjoy the experience that this game has to offer. The simplistic graphics that the game has here really allow you to focus on what the story is being told, the enemies that you encounter along the way, and it's something that a lot of people that are into this style artwork are going to kind of gravitate to in the first place. So if you're a retro gamer and you want this type of a roguelike action RPG, it's a go for you. War Robots is going to be that mech fighter style game that you've always wanted. This one has been around for quite a long time, and in it you're going to be able to dive into PvP battles against your rivals from all over the world to show who is the smartest, fastest, and toughest pilot around. The game includes many different types of attacks and attack strategies that you can utilize during the game. It's a PvP game after all, and although it's not the newer of the genre on mobile, this one is arguably the better option to play. Iron Blade touts itself as being one of the most thrilling of all action RPG games in the App Store, and it's set in medieval Europe and in a world that's just filled with war, discord, and magic. Inside of this game, you're going to be exploring a fantasy world that the developers are saying has console-style graphics. I will say maybe console graphics from days of old, but there is an innovative yet easy-to-learn combat system that makes your skill and makes your ability inside of the game look even more advanced than it may actually be. Having played many hours of this in the past while waiting for Diablo Immortal, although this game lacks the in-depth combat systems and the in-depth gameplay that we would experience now in current action RPGs, the game is definitely fun, and it's one that you could pick up and play for a couple of hours, gain some enjoyment out of it, and really do what you're supposed to do with a video game, which is just straight up enjoy. It's not one that you're going to be putting 20 to 30 hours into because you might find yourself bored. Tomb of the Mask is an arcade game with an infinite, procedurally generated vertical labyrinth. Seeking for adventure, you get into a tomb where you find a strange mask. You put it on and suddenly realize that you can now climb walls easily and promptly, and that's when all of the fun begins. You're going to run into traps, obstacles, and all different types of puzzles inside of this game that you need to maneuver your way through so you can progress through the game. It's definitely one of those puzzle style games that gives you that refreshing feeling when you finally beat a level that you've maybe been stuck on for quite some time. With this being said, there are quite a bit of ads that pop up inside of the game, but there is a premium version that you could pick up that removes all of that annoyance. If you're someone that really enjoys this and wants to get it to the next level, I would suggest that you purchase that premium pack. Alto's Odyssey has won almost every award available for mobile gaming. In addition to that, you could play this game on PC as well, And the story goes that you are in a majestic desert that's vast and unexplored. As you can tell, we're looking at a very atmospheric style game right here. You're going to join Alto and his friends and set off on an endless snowboarding journey to discover this land's secret. You're going to soar above wind-swept dunes, traverse thrilling canyons, and explore long hidden temples in a fantastical place that's far from home. Very beautiful game that has a lot of story that you're going to follow that comes in a very visual fashion. Tacticool is a 5v5 army military shooting game that's been extremely popular over the years. It's an action-packed, top-down shooter that delivers the thrill of army combat. You could shoot guns straight from your car, destroy all enemies around you, lead a tactical war against zombies, engage in military-style PvP and PvE modes in this game. Some of the biggest features here that make the game so enjoyable are the top-down element, as well as the fast-paced car chases that you're going to be involved in throughout the game. It's a fun online multiplayer experience, so you have the ability to play with other players, or I should say against them, or you could play versus the PC itself, which is a PvE experience. Either way, they're both fun experiences for you to engage in and something that's really probably worth your time if you like action games. Injustice 2 is an excellent suggestion by Google right here, because here you're going to be able to join your favorite DC superheroes and supervillains in a free-to-play fighting game that's absolutely amazing. Not only are you going to be able to choose some of your most favorite characters and heroes that you've known and loved over the years, but you're also going to be able to dive into a dynamic 3v3 battle system, which is an awful lot of fun, not restricting you to playing one character at a time. You're going to be able to unlock new heroes as you go, with new abilities as you upgrade them, and new gear to make them more powerful. It's definitely one of the top fighter style experiences available on mobile, and on top of that, it's one of the most popular. Mars is a platformer that takes you to a world that you would never imagine. Just kidding, it takes you over to Mars, the red planet, an exciting, low gravity, endless game experience. Definitely a little rudimentary on the graphics here, but the gameplay is quite fun and, quite addicting as well. The story goes, Mars Corp is ready to take its first group of volunteers on an exciting mission to Mars. Fly around Mars in one of your brand new jetpacks and discover what's out there in a unique exploration, endless adventure. It sounds like we're putting a bunch of noobs up in space, which could get exciting. Ronin the Last Samurai. One of the first things you're going to notice here is the atmospheric art style that this game has to offer. An era of warfare in Japan, death and betrayal stalk the land. A lone survivor, a disgraced warrior, has failed to save his lord. With nowhere to go and nothing to lose, the samurai clenches his sword and sets out for revenge, and that is where we dive in. This game really prides itself on its visceral combat with the different type of attack and defend buttons that you could utilize, as well as a parry system that's kind of unique to mobile that most players are used to experiencing on PC. It's a nice, fun, well put together combat style game that is offering something different than most others on the market. If you want to stay up to date on some of the best mobile games that you could be playing right now, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the videos that I bring you every single day.